Hi guys, Virginia here, and I'm back with another 12x12 process video for you today, and this one's for Kitaholic Kits design team, and yeah, I'm using the gorgeous June kits. So I wasn't really in the mood to use a cut file, shock horror, and I'd kind of had a really good play with the Wolfpack stuff and the Emerson Lane stuff that came in the kit, and I completely forgot about this die cut pack that was, it's from the newer Dealers collection. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, so I pulled that out and kind of rifled through the die cuts and kind of wondered what I could do. I did start fussy cutting out some of these yellow florals, thinking I could potentially do something with these, but in the end I just kind of go a little bit basic and just get back to normal scrapbooking. And sometimes it's nice, if you're a little bit struggling for ideas, to just kind of stick with a design that you know works for you and one that you kind of love. So I do kind of look through things just to kind of try to refresh my memory of what's in the kit. I'm just looking through the 6x6 papers from the pocket page kit. I'm going to back my photo. I decided to use this one. It's of a horse. I'm giving it some hay. I'd been for a walk. I've got quite a few photos from this walk, and I came across a paddock with these gorgeous horses in, and they came running up to the fence to me, which I thought was really neat. Just this kind of random stranger on the side of the road, and they came up. I gave some of them a pat, fed them some hay. They were just beautiful, and it's just like a nice little moment out in the middle of nowhere, and these gorgeous horses come up for to say hi. So I'm kind of documenting that, and I felt like the die cuts in the Dealers die cut pack go really well. They're kind of like country life kind of feel to them, I guess. Yeah, so I've backed my photo with a few of the papers, colours that I know would match the die cut pack. I do toy around with the idea of using some of these envelopes. I really love the gold little tie details on the front of them, but thinking back to last month's layout, I've already done one with a whole bunch of envelopes, so I decided to ditch that pretty quickly. I'm just trying those flowers that I've cut out. Nope, I didn't quite like them. I'm still just kind of thinking, what can I do? Thinking that I need to do something amazing or some kind of flashy technique when, like I said, I don't need to. Sometimes it's just about just going with a basic design that you really know works for you. So I'm just pulling out the die cut pack now. I like this envelope, I like the sentiment on it, it really worked, but it ended up being too large for the design that I want to go for, so it does get taken off. I'm thinking that this 12x12 pattern paper is a little bit too light. I'm contemplating putting some mixed media on it, but not sure whether I want to go down that road. So I'm thinking maybe I can matte it on a pattern paper. I like the idea of yellow, and then I pull in this blue, and I think that's it. It's a nice dark border to kind of ground everything, give everything a bit of a home. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm still tapping my fingers, I'm thinking. I'm going to add some splatters onto my pattern paper. I'm just going to trim down this pink first. I'm going to cut I think 1/2 inch off each side. I'm just going to square it up, and I'm going to center it on that blue pattern paper. And I'm going to adhere it to that blue. I did contemplate matting it on a white, but I guess the white was kind of lost. The edges of that pink pattern paper were really light, so the white cardstock would have been a little bit wasted. So I'm going to adhere that down, just a little bit of ATG tape in the center, and then I'm going to take it up to the sewing machine and stitch right around the edge with a nice dark blue navy thread, and that's going to add like another form of grounding and a frame for this layout. Okay, so I'm just going through with my Liquitex acrylic inks. I've got white, and I'm going to bring in some gold as well, just to break up that background pattern after I clean up after myself. So I'm going to come in with the gold now. I've pretty much left my entire process in. This was super quick, and I love doing layouts that are nice and quick and easy, and just get a story documented. So just gone with the gold. I think I just let it sit there for a little bit, let it dry, and I've come back with a cup of tea and I'm going to finish off the layout. So I've kind of started using some pieces that I knew I wanted to get on the layout. I try to get that large envelope back on. I liked that piece that says "You're my main squeeze." I thought that was cute. So I'm just going to sift. I'm basically just using the die cuts. I really like doing that, just kind of focusing on one thing for a layout. It really kind of narrows down your choices. I liked that large square piece, the sentiment on it with the green grass. That worked really well. A little bumblebee's going to go on. I'm just kind of trying to layer things out. I'm going to bring things out to the left and to the right and kind of have that horizontal design across the center of the page. It's nice to break up your page into thirds if you're kind of stuck for ideas, and a great way to just have a central horizontal design running through just a third of the page, and it's a great visual divide for your layout, I guess. So I'm just bringing in some pieces. I like the idea of those buildings. There's no buildings around really. I'm surrounded by farms, but I just thought they were cute. Nice pop of colour, a nice way to extend that cluster out to the right of the photo. And that little truck with the flowers on, I had to get it on. And this little piece with the little pig on it, I had to get it on. So just kind of layering bits and pieces. Here comes that "You're my main squeeze" piece. I do try these wooden frame things. I apologise for the dog barking. Okay, right, it's all nice and quiet again. It wasn't even my parents' dog this time. Okay, so just continue with these pieces. I like the circular piece. I love the flower on it, but I couldn't make it work without it looking like a tag, and I didn't particularly like the little slug that was under it, so I'm just going to cut that little flower out. Just so I can make that die cut piece work for me. So just quickly fussy cutting that out. I probably could have skipped through this. It didn't take too long. Just for another layer, pop a colour. I'm not sure where I want to put it. I'm going to end up popping it down to the left, and that odd space to the right of the truck and beside my title, it kind of fills in that area there. Some little strawberries, because why not? So there we go, and just moving that little flower, adding some strawberries in there, just kind of layering them up. I do have a little quick flick through the die cuts that I've got left over from the Emerson Lane and Wolfpack collection. There are just so many die cuts in each month's kits. It's absolutely crazy. So a couple of hearts I've pulled out. I do go through the sticker sheets, and I wanted somewhere to put my journaling, just a little bit of journaling, and I just settle on this blue one that kind of fills in that odd shape, and it gives a bit of balance from the right to the left. It makes things flow a little bit better. I'm just looking for a label somewhere I can put my date. And I do come across a green one, which I like the idea of that, but I'm going to pop it back on my sticker sheet because I'm going to pop it up on some foam once I've adhered everything down. So I'm going to quickly go and do all of that super quickly, and I'm going to make sure that I build in some layers and dimension within those clusters. So just working my way from the bottom to the top, and I pretty much know where everything's going to go. It's a very simple design, so I'm just kind of pulling them off. I'm going to add my photo, put that in place. Glue down this building. I'm going to glue down this yellow one, and then pop the pink one in the center up on some foam squares, and just pop that in place. Pop down this little banner, and I'm just going to pop that one directly beside the photo in place, so that gives me a guide of where to add all my other pieces. In some foam there. I haven't glued it down yet. I will. I'm just going to pop this one down directly onto that background pattern paper, same with this one, and then I can go ahead and remove the backing of those foam squares, and add some ATG tape, and then just kind of tuck it in those photo layers, and there we go. I can add the truck now as well, and that's kind of resting on die cut piece up top. I can add my title. I'm going to pop that up on foam as well, just so that it's the same height as my photo. Pop in my little strawberries. Pop that up down there, and my little flower is going to pop in place as well. Just tucking that under my photo. And my little date label I'm going to pop up on foam and pop that in place. And pop my little bee in place, and I'm going to pop a little bit of foam under each of those wings just so it stays propped up off the page. And I'm going to pop some little hearts on as well. Quite like them, so this one's going to go on the photo. Just adding a bob of pink there and a little foam square behind this yellow one. I'm going to go back to the sticker sheet, so I find another pink little heart, so I'm just adding that, 2 of them. Just kind of scattering down the bottom, adding a bit of weight, because we've got that large bumblebee up the top left, so I want to bring a little bit of weight and balance down to that bottom right. And I just wanted some little pops of colour, really nice neutral that we've got going on in the background, so I just add some light pink and white enamel dots, just that top left and bottom right, and then that's pretty much it for my layout. So I hope you enjoyed the process. If you want to check out this month's kits or next month's kits, which will be revealed soon, there's a link in the description box below to the Kitaholic Kits shop. But until next time, bye guys.